All right, mic check. Looks like we've got a signal. Looks like we've got one in the building. If it's who I think it is, shout out to 1066. Much big ups to you. And anybody else that may catch the stream before or after, you may catch it on the replay. Fantastic. Just give me one moment here. Now, you may want to go over to the community wall post. I just posted a couple of slides for the show, but I didn't put them all because there's far too many to put up tonight. I'll be posting probably about 50 slides, so it'll be kind of long. So I've just put up 8. So we'll quickly go through those, and then I'll go to my gallery. I would share my gallery, but StreamYard unfortunately doesn't like my device, so fuck you, StreamYard. No, I'm just joking, but I'm being serious. So yeah, somebody else just joined. Yeah, go over to the community wall post. I've just put some important screenshots over there so you can follow along, especially when we get to number 8, and then I'm going to go through my own gallery, which is not going to be posted. As I just said, if you just joined, I've got too many slides to do to go through. So oops, let me check my comments there, and let me change my banner as well. We want that one on. Yes, not sure who that is, but you're not 1066 unless you're on a different account. If you know what I'm talking about, Facebook. But anywho, if you're listening from Facebook, 1066, big yourself up. And shout out to Kai. I'll just call you Kai, yeah? I'll call you Kai 3323. I don't know if you're new here. Yes, London, man. What are you saying? Yes, brother. Shout out to Tribe, one of a kind every time. Now, if you just joined again, please go over to my community. Oh my God, I can't get my words out. Please go over to my community wall post and tap into the picture so you get the full screen. Don't worry, you're not going to cut off the stream or nothing like that, because from my side, it's only going to be audio anyway. All right. So we'll just go through some of the new stuff, and then the last slide is going to show some numerology and stuff of significance, and then I'm going to tuck it to my gallery, which unfortunately, as I just said, I can't show because StreamYard doesn't like my device, so I can't share screen. But anywho, just keep it moving. Now, if you didn't know, there's a big outbreak going on in UK, Kent, England, concerning meningitis. Now, of course, I saw it happening in the last couple of days, and then only today I thought, you know what, let me look into it, see if there's anything extra, and is there any, may or may not be, shenanigans, nefarious activities, just like C19 in 2020, which I'll do a quick sidebar about when I get to a specific slide. So I don't want to, get ahead of myself right now. But anywho, so anyway, you can see on that first slide here, we got from the Sun News, talking about killer spread, meningitis outbreak, right? It says that hits second university in Kent, scrambles to jab students. Of course, they want to get the needle pricks in people's arms, just like C19. And again, I'm not saying whether you should or shouldn't get them concerning the meningitis stuff, but just be vigilant here, because these people are beyond satanic, and they want to keep the people dumb and docile, and or thin us out as well. They don't care if you live or you don't live, or if you live and now you're living with heart palpitations, or something's wrong with you, or your offspring's got some autism, or a hand growing out their back. They don't care. There's always going to be more of you. You're always going to procreate. You're expendable. All right. Just like the army, there's always going to be somebody else that's going to get fooled in to go and fight their war and all the shenanigans. So anywho, so it goes on to say, right, so after the second uni's been hit now, saying they're scrambling to jab the students, goes on to say cases have hit 20. Also, no, I think 2 people have died. You got a little baby that's in hospital, baby Nala Rose, double barrel first name, Nala Rose, and her last name's Fletcher. So you got baby Nala Rose Fletcher. You've got somebody called Juliet, I think that passed, and then you've got another girl that's in the hospital. Can't remember her name right now, but I'll get to my slides. So anywho, and as you can see, cases hit now 20, and then baby girl fighting for her life. Anywho, let's get to the next slide. So slide 2. Now you can see what they're doing in the picture. Speaks for itself, right? They can't wait to get the needle pricks in people's arms. Shout out to Kai, who says, I'm in Gillingham, Kent. Oh, shit. Oh, fucking hell. Wow. Man, stay safe. And as I say, it could spread even worse. Because this is what I'm thinking, right? Kind of getting ahead of myself here, but I'm thinking it's easy for them to, have some, one of their sleeper agents or whatever, go to a nightclub, because apparently I think the main outbreak came from Club Chemistry. Listen to the name now, Club Chemistry. And of course, ABC sees the third letter, and then they love 33. Yeah? Interestingly, what's this now? Oh, look, Kai's just said, if you look on the screen, I put the message on there in the comments. Kai has just said, see the headline today, 33 cases now. Oh. And watch when I get to the old cases from over 100 years ago, which we're going to get to. Because I'm going to tell you now, we've got another 33. 33 cases, yeah? It was around January, beginning of January, 1805, something like that. We'll get to it. Just I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Exactly, London, man. You have to just get a chuckle. These people, they're feisty, When I mean they're bang out of order, way out of pocket. I'm telling you, these people. And shout out to 1066. I think did I put the slide here? Shit, I forgot to put that slide, I think. With Keir Starmer saying about he might put, he may put the place on lockdown. Oh yeah, I forgot to put it in, for fuck's sake. Anyway, he was saying apparently, you may have to put it on lockdown. You've got the elections coming up. Also, we're going to see how the elections tie in by the numbers, classic numbers, that we've seen in such redundant patterns from my community, dealing with the numerology Gematria, time and time again. Now, still on slide 2, what's it say here? 2 students have died and a 9-month-old baby girl is in intensive care amid the deadly outbreak, which has been declared a national incident, right? We're going to see how this all comes in. I'm on go to slide 3 now. Now you've got the boy there getting his one. You've got the other people in the other picture there underneath in slide 3, chewing up, face masks on and all of that. Highly reminiscent of not that long ago. And how they've been, how would I say? Every minute it's this different variant, this, variant, that. I mean, these people, they just don't stop, do they? As I say, they just want you on edge constantly. If you ain't Allah Akbar running down the road, maybe gonna stab people at the nursery, or Iran war, that's not local, it's something else. Then they want to put up your bills, because you got all the gas and the oil in Iran. It's always gas and oil. These people, always, you know what I mean? 1 minute it's weapons of mass destruction, 2 twos. What happened to all of that? You don't hear nothing about that again. It was all a fucking facade and a lie, just to go and do their usual shenanigans, rehash. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Proper see you next Tuesdays. They're cunts. Now, slide 4. The latest university is Canterbury Christ Church, right? Another CC, Christchurch. Again, the area is Canterbury in Kent, right? It says 1 has been confirmed to have the disease. But yeah, what I was going to say was, with a sleeper cell, imagine now they could easily put somebody into like a nightclub. And again, the nightclub's called Club Chemistry. And it would be easy for them to, I don't know, put the bacteria on a glass or something. You know what I mean? 2 twos now, a girl or a guy is drinking their drink. They're all dancing up with each other, getting a bit tipsy, kissy, sharing vapes. You know what I mean? Easy to spread. Easy. So anyway, here it says, health officials are desperate to contain the devastating surge, which has been declared a national incident. with 2 young people already dead. Goes on to say 6th form pupil Juliet, that was the one, 18, tragically died on Saturday, surrounded by her devastated family after falling victim to the deadly bug. Goes on to say, and a 21-year-old student from the University of Kent has also sadly died after contracting the disease. And then, of course, you can see that shit cunt's name, I don't even need to say it, the current scumbag Jesuit Order puppet Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. And again, if you're new over here, you will find my old videos, you know, go back 2 years, because fucking hell, it's nearly 2 years already that guy's been in his puppet position, Keir Starmer. But anyway, you will find me putting out a video 3 or 4 months beforehand, going over the numerology, the numbers behind the letters, and showing you, with him and all the stuff going on, that he was likely to be chosen to be Prime Minister. Then if you go back before that, you'll find me putting out videos before Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss, showing you the same shit. And going back around 2020 for Boris Johnson. Yeah? He came in 158 weeks after Theresa May. Boris Johnson equals 158, Freemasonry 158. The Tories won by 47 seats. The Tories equals 47. And also the number 47 is a huge number that the Freemasonic scumbags love. Words like Trump, or names like Trump, words like news, you know, north, east, west and south, you know, they have to spread and cast their spells everywhere. So anyway, news equals 47, president, government, White House, Republican, Democrat. Beast system, beast equals 47. They're all about time and doing specific stuff in specific sequences of time, in a cyclic cycles of fashion, to keep you dumb and docile in a specific type of Groundhog Day, not knowing what the fuck's going on. But, you know, luckily people like us over here, you know, we haven't been bound and anchored down via the madness and the craziness and the buffoonery and the hoodwink situations, you know. Anywho, let me quickly check the comments here before I continue nattering on. Also, if anybody wants to join the stream, you know, it's a free-for-all. You can always jump up here. So let me know. I will put the link in the stream if you want to have your say. So what's that? Christchurch? Yeah, like a psyop. New Zealand. What's the New Zealand one? Fill me in. What's the New Zealand one? I know there was a few things that happened in New Zealand in the last so many years. One of the days I remember I said to look out for, and when what was it? It was like a terror attack in the shopping mall. And I said, you see? Did I not say to look out for that day? Oh man. You know, I'm not saying we always hit the mark with forecasts, but at the end of the day, at least if you know this type of knowledge, groundbreaking for our generation and highly slept on, at least you'll be able to look at the news and know why the news is what it is on any given day. And it's not always that you have to always know the nefarious acts. You can even notice the stuff that not from, you know, Rihanna or whatever. It can be a normal situation, whether it's knife crime. Just a quick example, knowing this information, I can tell why things will happen on a specific day. Either before the day, if I'm looking ahead, if I'm looking at the numerology for the days coming up, or when something happens, and then when the person's name gets dropped, you know, the attack, the knife crime, or whatever's going on. Just noting, my point is, and I've said this a million times, but for anybody new, my point is, because they've realized the mechanics to the dynamics of how the realm and the cosmos works, right? They've now bent it to their favor. Obviously, they could bend it for everybody's favor because you would have been enlightened since going to school. You would know more than ABC, right? And it's funny, as I always say, you went to elementary school, but you didn't get taught about causality, law and effect, thought to manifestation. You see what I'm trying to say to you? So if they keep you blinded by that, you know, magnitude of that type of fact, well, then they're easy. They're the victors that will write history, do this and that, and then they will bring it through you into fruition, the desired warped reality, what they want. And again, obviously, they could have it nice. They could be teaching you this type of stuff in school. What I'm teaching you now should be common knowledge. You should be taught this. It should be part of the curriculum. It doesn't mean I'm going to join the Illuminati All it means is knowing thyself, understanding the power that you have on the realm, because it's like synergy. You know what I mean? You're part of the realm, and then knowing how to rub the genie of the cosmos. Not just, oh, I thought that person's going to call my phone and then they ran. No, it goes much, it's in that segment. But once you know, trust me, yeah? It's a little bit more than that, but it's in that department. So again, if they're amplifying the madness and you don't know what's going on, you've got all the poison food, all the madness, you know what I mean? TikTok challenges, miming to music, C19's going on in 2020, and apparently they've got all these bodies in the hospital, even though the people's going around filming the hospital's empty. But then you've got all the nurses, they've got time to do dance geography. they're dancing. I said, oh my God, these people are so wicked. Right, let me quickly read these comments and I'll continue. Oh yeah, the Christchurch, New Zealand. Yep. I'm with you now. I'm with you. Yes, Squirrel Sniper. Great to have you, man. Good to see you here. Much love. Let me put that on the screen. Is it going to show it quickly? What's happening? Oh my God. Can't get the stuff. All right. Yes, Squirrel Sniper. Dun da da. Big up Miss, your lady, Miss Squirrel Sniper as well for me, yeah? He said, shout out to London, man, of course. Yeah, that's it, bro. Kai says, that's it, bro. They're all Freemasons and buddies in reality. Exactly. In the actuality of things, right. So back to slide 5. You got the little girl now. And that's what I'm saying, man. You can't just send your kid to the nursery or do this and that. You're just trying to get on with life. But then you've got chemtrails. You've got, you know, it's just like it's like you're on the train and somebody farts. You know, like some shit like that. You know, you're just trying to get on with it there. And then all of a sudden, you're looking down the street, big fart everywhere. You know what I mean? Wars, chemtrails, a whole, magnitude of bollocks. Unbelievable. All right, so now let's check out this poor child here, Nyla Rose Fletcher, on slide 5. Again, go to my community wall post, my last post. There's 8 slides we're going to quickly go through, as I've already explained. Then I'm going to go to my gallery, but I can't show it because StreamYard doesn't like my device. But anyway, on slide 5, it says, baby girl has become the youngest person to fall ill amid the deadly meningitis outbreak that has been declared a national incident. 9-month-old Nyla Rose Fletcher is being treated in intensive care at Evelina London Children's Hospital, and her parents are by her side. Man, my heart goes out to her, man, and her family. Crazy. Right, on the left-hand side, I've got some numbers there, but I'm going to get back to that in a moment. But no, you see on the one on the bottom, Gaspard, I ain't even going to try and get my tongue around his last name, but this is the guy from 1805, the person that discovered, a pathologist that discovered meningitis, yeah? So he's the one, big him up still, right? Now note, on the reverse ordinal, so of course, normal ordinal is A's 1, Z's 26, and then you see the other green one in the middle, reverse ordinal with the English alphabet. So now A becomes 26, Z becomes 1. If you add it all up, you see how his name equals 221? Keep that in mind. That's going to give you a dub plate in a moment. Hold on here. You just move this. I can't see how many people's in here. All right, shout out to 2 of you. Let me change this background music a moment as well. Let's have something different. Let's have that one on a minute. Right, next slide, slide 6. You can see the map here, of course, with some of the outbreaks. So we're going to be looking at those as well, and the numerology behind to see any significance. And of course, on the other half of that slide, you can see where it's talking about, the different types and forms of meningitis, yada, yada, yada. The next slide is the thumbnail of the video of this transmission. So you can see this guy, right? Note as well, 2/18. His birthday is February 18th. Keep that in mind as well. 2/18. Also note the word death equals 218 as well. And of course, these type of things, meningitis and whatnot can cause death. Interestingly as well, he's born 1746. I can't remember if both of them equal 46, viral and virus, but virus definitely equals 46. And I know there's different forms of meningitis, and I think some of them is a style of virus and whatever pathogen and all that stuff. A note on the right-hand side, you got another guy that also followed suit, who, you know, with it was like a pathologist, right? Who's also born in February 1845. So we're going to be looking at that now. Next slide. And you know what slide I thought I put in here for number 6, but because the thing was so small when I was choosing them on YouTube, my bad. Basically, it should have been a slide. I will go over it in a moment when I get to my gallery, but it should have been a slide that was saying about the outbreak in 1805, and it happened at the beginning of January, right? So when I punched it in a calculator, I just put, you know, all right, beginning of January, or I'm going to do January 1st. And lo and behold, quickly go to the last slide. It speaks for itself. The 13th of March, or I'll say March 13th. So we've got 313. Also note the 65th prime is 313. Pandemic 65. United Kingdom equals 65. But again, we're going to get back to that as well in a moment, because there's a couple of 65s that we're going to go over. But just know, hello, 221 years since 1805, January 1st, to when they've just declared this a national incident. And the guy that found meningitis, the pathologist, the first guy, Gaspard, whatever his last name is, I ain't gonna try and get my tongue around that one, from Switzerland, his name equals 221, and it's 221 years. Woo! I mean, those low-hanging fruits. Yeah? Cuts one. Do you want to join the stream? Yuck mouth? Where's what's his name? He changed his name. I pulled him up in his nonsense a couple of months ago. What was his name before? Your end is near. I called him your end is now, because you know I had to obliterate him with the buffoonery that he said. But if you go on my community wall post, a couple of posts down, you see me that I'm calling him out today or yesterday. Yeah? You see. Because he tried to chat shit in Chaotic Truth stream yesterday or the day before. And he thinks I'm in a cult or I see Zach in a certain way. And I'm like, this guy has either got selective hearing and he watches my stuff, or he doesn't watch my stuff, you know, to know my stance fully. Yes, I can give Zach his due, but there's aspects that I don't feel when it comes, with Zach. But I will big him up same way for bringing forth the message and this knowledge. Nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean I've drank some Gematria Kool-Aid. Like, what are you talking about? And if you go on his page, go on his community wall post, I wrote something to Zach a few months back saying, hey man, you know, we need to kind of, you know, even if you don't see eye to eye on certain stuff, you know, flat earth or whatever, come on man, we should have better unity. You know what I mean? We should have better unity. We should have better roundtables every week with everybody together, all the main people that are putting out stuff. You should be, you know, every other video, not that I watch many of Zach's videos and such now, from a long time, to be fair, but I'm still checking, you know, here and there, or always got him on notifications so I can see the titles. I still share his videos. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with basically having a type of unity. But anyway, my point is, this guy, if you see the long passage that he wrote, I screenshotted it. I haven't even read it. I said, my God, he wrote a whole book to try and, you know, say, you know, to go against me, to, you know, with my stance that he thinks that I've got. But that's not my stance. So what are you talking about? I don't even need to read. I'm not going to waste kilojoules and read what you wrote. But as I said, I may get to you if I want to in a couple of days or in a week or whenever, and I'll dig up your corpse. I want to nice you up and obliterate you again. I'll fling you where? Straight back in the coffin, yeah? You get fling where? Fools with them one another. Idiots. Right, give me one moment here and I'll check those comments. I just want to get out my gallery. get a swig of my drink because I'm kind of feeling parched. Give me a moment here, guys. And also as well to him, I'm not even going to say maybe some of the stuff that he may say I may even agree with. But I know I don't in totality agree with all of his stance concerning Zach. All right. Right, let me quickly check these comments. Shout out to everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it because I know it's everybody's there, you know, taking your time and stuff to be here. Right, what did Kai say here? Hold up. Kai said, right, the 2-2-1. I mean, come on now. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Zach and certain other people, and as I always say, there's nothing wrong with having ego and pride and a bit of arrogance. You need a pinch of that so you can persevere and get through. So you can get through those that may want to tear you down and chat shit and be like, oh, well, what are you talking about? That's not what you should do, or you shouldn't do that, or why are you doing that sport, or what's that knowledge that you're doing? What's that bullshit with numbers? Like, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Hypothetically. Because I know he's got a case where he will always mention his sister that will try and cuss him and go on like he's some silly conspiracy theorist. Imagine if he didn't persevere since from 9/11, which was a part of his wake-up call, right? And said to himself, wow, is there something about numbers? A national emergency on September 11th? And the dial-in emergency is 9/11? Yeah? So imagine. And then he comes across Stanley P. Hall, where I can't remember the name of the book. What is the name of the book again? That Freemason guy, Stanley P. Hall. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of the book. But anyway, that guy shedded light on numbers and gematria, and he just said about 2 of the ciphers using the English language. And then we discovered a couple more of the ciphers, and using the 4 base ciphers, forward and backwards, and then forward and backwards again with the rules of numerology, you can really see with totality of what these people are doing. Ritual sacrifices, how they time the sports to whatever the case may be, whether it's power cuts, this thing, that thing, you know what I mean? Ritual sacrifices, yeah? So again, the joke is on you. And as I always say, you can tear him down about sports. And I know there's even some things that I say, Zach fucked up because he's allowed that hole to be so big with certain aspects of the sports and that, right? People will be like, oh, you see, he's just a grifter. He's just this, that sports thing didn't come through. Look how he went back and said that, but he said this before. And you know what I mean? Like, you kind of fucked up there, yeah? And then now it gives them room to be like, oh, it's only Apophenia now. He's just, you know, because we're, you know, how humans are, they like to find patterns and maybe build a story and a narrative about this, that, or anything. He's just a grifter. You know, oh, that person's not going to be prime minister or president, or that war's not going to, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, why aren't you forecasting when all those planes were coming down last year? These times, did he not say to look out for XYZ? Then look at all the planes was coming. I mean, and at least that. Are you not going to give him that? At least? Fucking hell, man. Wow. And as I always say, last thing, 20 seconds, then we're going to keep it moving with the show. They always give you, in entertainment, news, movies, music videos, whatever, kids programs, they always give you fragments of the truth. But only the sticklers for detail will pan and scan around, and those that don't have cognitive dissonance and compartmentalized thinking, right? Only people like myself and those that are here right now and others alike will start to really build that picture and say, wow, hold up. Look at all the stuff from in wrestling and movies before 9/11, all the predictive programming. Look at all the predictive programming before C19 in 2020, and a myriad of how many other things, power cuts and whatever, you know, Leave the World Behind on Netflix. So my point is, they give you movies like Knowing with Nicolas Cage. Again, if you haven't seen Knowing from 2009 with Nicolas Cage, please watch that movie tonight. Again, I'm not into aliens as such. Used to be when I was growing up, Wow, amazing. There must be aliens. Now, I'm not too keen on the idea. I think it's all a bit of bullshit. If I'm really real with you, I think like, nah. It's kind of like Sasquatch. You know what I mean? It's like, nah. But it's funny. They will tear people down about true Earth. But I don't see them cussing people. Why are you waiting in a tent waiting for a Sasquatch? Like, they don't pick on them people, but look how they treat flat earthers. Look how Zach will get all the hump. But yet, all the corkscrewing and how they show you the heliocentric model, I can only find that in a cartoon GIF animated. It's not in the actuality of my reality. Can you at least give us that, Zach? You know what I mean? Or come to the realization for yourself, Zach? At least on that bit. Fucking hell. Wow. So again, check out the movie, Knowing with Nicolas Cage. Look at the movie poster, Murder by Numbers with Sandra Bullock. They changed the letter E to a 3 and a B to an 8. Murder equals 38 and 83. Look up the song by The Police, sung by the guy Sting. A song that came out in 1983 called Murder by Numbers. Read the lyrics. The sport of the elite. You don't even have to break a sweat. You can put a little something in their drink. There's another band, rock band called Slipknot. They made a song called Gematria, the Killing Name. Mind you, their drummer died at age 88 through obvious suspicious circumstances by the numbers. Not up to speed, watch the movie Snake Eyes. Then come back over here and go through my playlist for Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Also, that film is with Nicolas Cage, Snake Eyes. So again, Yuck Mouth. The end is now. Now his name is called, what is it? The Badgering podcast or something? What are you saying? You can feel free to join the stream. But I've already obliterated you. There's like, you know, it's a waste of time in kilojoules. Anyway, right, moving on. Let me get a drink here. Sorry about that, guys. It's got to be said. Right, let's get into this. So the outbreak started around, for this meningitis stuff, it started around, right, the little girl, she fell ill on the 4th of March. If I remember correctly, it's pandemic 43. I'll see it on a slide in a moment. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But anyway, just know, I think the club outbreak was around the 5th and to the 7th of March. So keep that in mind as well. So 5/3 and 3/7, right? So March 7th, March 5th. So 35, 73 or whatever, or 37. And it goes on to say most cases are linked to individuals who visited club chemistry. Again, 33, the third letter is C, club chemistry. It's had a couple of names. We'll get to those names shortly, so hold tight for that. Goes on to say 10th of March, some individuals reported starting to show the symptoms, and then by March 13th, the UK Health Security Agency was officially notified of the first case, and that was the same day that they deemed it a national, situation, whatever the words they used or terms or whatever. Right, so March 14th from Pi Day. Also, quickly, if you write out 22 divided by 7, so if you go on the calculator, Gematria calculator, if you write out 22 divided by 7, you know how you get the pi ratio? Yeah, so you can get the circumference of the circle. If you write out 22 divided by 7, it equals 314. 3/14, Pi Day. If you write out 260, it equals 227. Get out your calculator for maths. 22 divided by 7 equals 314. So again, it's not arbitrary. These people that gave you the language, the Gregorian calendar via the Jesuit Order, and these, these entities, I think they know what they're doing. Yeah? Fucking hell. Hence why, quick sidebar, if, with all the tracking, what we've been looking at from knife crime, You know, all the numbers, it's all the same numbers for knife crime. The people involved in knife crime, the same numbers that you get for knife and stabbing and stab wound, you'll see that the names will equate to 27, 45, 38. Remember, 38, murder 38, killing, destroy, found dead, collapse, even was like drowned and drowning, 38, killing equals 38. Somebody that self-delete, of course, the word suicide, you'll see mental health, suicide, welfare, mood swing, you'll see that all the same fucking numbers. All the words that do with lying and deceit. If you write out the number for dishonesty, that equals 113. There's a book called the Talmud, and in that book, they heavily talk about the Goyim. So if you find that specific book to do with the juicy people, I'm saying it differently, of course, the Jays, right? Even though it's the Jesuits that run the show, the real Jays. But my point is, in their book, they've got a section where it says they can circumvent the Gentile if they want to be dumb and docile, basically, to, you know, the laws and the loopholes and the legalities that they've set up. Baba Kamal 113A in that passage. You can Google it right now. Baba Kamal 113A, Talmud. If you write out the number for dishonesty, it equals 113. If you write out not true, bullshit, not factual, it equals 113. Perjury 113. Politics, you know, they love to lie. Politics 113. If you got divorced, it was probably from lies and deceit, cheating. Divorce 113. You see? There's a bullshit equals 113. There's a whole batch I'm forgetting right now. Green screen, you know, NASA like to lie and go to pretend to go to space. SpaceX like to lie and all these space agencies. Green screen 113. Think about mainstream. Who runs the industry? Media, news, music, Netflix, etc. Hollywood. 113. Green screen, mainstream. Again, I'm not the one that made the numbers or put the sequence or whatever value that goes with the letters. I'm just reporting and saying, hey, can I get a witness? Because this is obvious to what the fuck is going on. The timing of when they released the movie, who was, even the Murder by Numbers, Sandra Bullock, her name equals 38. Either before her birthday or after her birthday, it's like 3 months, 8 days to when the film comes out. Movie's called Murder by Numbers. Again, the movie poster, look it up. They changed the E to a 3 and the B to an 8. Hello? Fucking hell, man. Yuck mouth. Hello? Fuck. As I always say, the children of tomorrow are the future of today. You save the children, you save the world. And if you only can do it between you and your little household, if you're lucky, and your children, please do it. And if you can spread it in just your little community, please do it. I know you can get a bit discouraged, you know what I mean? Because they've got the people to self-police everybody. Oh, anybody that thinks outside the box, oh, you're crazy, you're an idiot, shut up now. Oh shit, sorry guys, hold up here. So Dan Banderat, I like his stuff. Yeah, Dan, I haven't checked him out for a while. Manly, yeah, Manly P. Hall. See, oh, hey, that's the one there, yes. Secret Teachings of All Ages. How long ago did you put that? Shit, 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry. I was in my zone talking. Yes, shout out to Kai. Much love for that. Let me get another drink here. Right, now I'm going to concentrate and keep it moving. Let me change this background music here. All right, so after the Pi Day, right? The Pi Day in France, they say authorities in France have alerted the UK Health Security Agency, excuse me, to a case in France involving someone who had attended a university in Kent. Oh. Wow. Wow. I might have to go to the calculator. I can't remember if France equals 46. Might be 47. Because basically, coronavirus 56, Anthony Fauci 56. I mean, it was such a long list with significant 56s. And again, Society of Jesus, aka the Jesuit Order, which is like the military lot that works for the Catholic Church and the Vatican. But anyway, Society of Jesus 56, And a quick sidebar, just remember when they had everybody running around for toilet paper and there was not actually a shortage, again, it was all an IQ test just to see how they scramble and how they treat each other and fight each other in the queue and, oh, that's my toilet paper, oh, I'm going crazy. But what's really amazing is when you know the numerology and think about spelling and casting spells. If you write out toilet paper and mind control, it's a perfect overlay with the numbers. Perfect. And if you write out royal family, so royal family, mind control, and toilet paper. Amazing. So by 17th to the 8th of March 2026, the outbreak was described as unprecedented and explosive by the health chiefs as a number of investigated cases rose up to 20. Yeah. So, while the current event is recent, the first clinical characterization of meningitis outbreak was recorded in January 1805 in Geneva, Switzerland. Pretty sure Saturn equals 185 in Francis Bacon cipher. And you know they love Saturn because, you know, it deals with time and judgment. So think about it, the judicationary system, you know, judge. And that is interesting. And Switzerland, I mean, look at the new year with Switzerland with the fire and the ritual. I mean, if you're not up to speed with that, go to the playlist. I'm pretty sure I made a playlist with that. There's other people from the community that did great work, decoding with Cody. Oh, there's more people here, or sorry, more somebody else in the chat. Yes, bro. Yes, yes. What's this one? Here's a super match for you. Independent fact checker. Let me type that in quickly. What does it go with? Well, let me see the numbers. Let me put it in. Independent fact checker. Let's see that one. So I'm saying it's very interesting when you actually take the time. And as I say, I know our community is the diamond in the rough. Again, I'm nobody special, man. You know? But we are all special in our uniqueness, right? And that's the key. They don't want you to know who, what, where, and why, and you are. Once you realize that, you get your power back, your godly power. Right, independent fact checker. 113. Let me get a screenshot of that. Good one. Fucking hell. Oh, what? You see how that goes though with the lie stuff, right? Obviously. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's a good one, that, isn't it? Wow, you see that? You know, the other side of the coin, right? The real fact checks. Wow. Oh, let me get a quick smoke as well. Give me a moment here. Let me go back to the StreamYard tab. Where's my lighter? Yeah, if you want to come up, man, let me know. You can come up and join the stream. You know, we're pretty chilled out here. There's only you here, I think. So, you know, I'm pretty flexible. Even though I've got a few slides to get through. But at the same time, I can make it into a part 2 if I really want to. You know what I mean? It's the same old same. It's nothing new that I'm going to show you. It's just going to show you how this lines up. You know what I mean? But really, once you know the rule of thumb, and even if you see a notification from me and you're up to speed, I don't expect you to watch my video or even still be subscribed. If you see what I'm trying to say, I don't expect you to hang around. You need to watch every video because once you get up to speed, you know what I'm going to basically show you. You know what I mean? But at least it's in your brain to say, you see, I didn't have time to check that, or I haven't really been somebody that has, you know, took it truly under my wing to, you know, do all the rule of thumb and go on the calculator and whatnot, but I understand how it works. At least that's the very least you should do, you know? If I write simple English Gematria as well, it matches all 4. Right, let me do that as well and get a screenshot of that as well quickly. But you know what? I'll just get your screenshot because basically my tabs on my device that I use, it really annoys me. Basically, sometimes I can go away and come back and not even be on my browser, and it will still hold what I had typed out on the calculator, or the date duration tab or whatever. Sometimes I will blink my eye, go back to the tab, and it refreshes, and it's like, oh my God. And sometimes, obviously, if I'm doing like a decode and research, it can be a bit annoying enough to type in stuff, but I never go too many before I've screenshot anyway. So I'm always ahead, I'm always ready to catch it, Yeah, man, if you want to pop up, man, you don't have to show your face or anything like that. Feel free, man. You can come up, you can chop it up and have a chat, and you know what I mean? Save you typing. How long have I been going? I've been going 48 minutes. So yeah, I'll probably go, another half hour. Let me try and get through this a bit quicker. Now, going with that 33, and again, with the outbreak, because you said it's gone up to 33 today, right? This evening, with Kent. And as I said earlier, the one that happened January 1805, that had 33 deaths. The word England, if you type that out, that equates to 33. UK 22, Kent equals 22. Master Builder number's 22. My birthday's on the 22nd of a month. If you write out Master Builder number, that equals 220. So drop the 0, 22. 0 is just a placeholder. But anyway, pandemic 65, United Kingdom 65. And again, the 65th prime is 313. And again, they declared it a national incident concerning the Kent meningitis outbreak on 3/13. So March 13th, the 65th prime is 313. What else have I got on this slide? Meningitis 151. I'm pretty sure pandemic equals 151. Meningitis equals 65. Meningitis equals 65. How you doing? How you doing? Come on. Also, keep in mind as we keep it moving, the Jaspard guy, his first name, the pathologist, oh my God, the pathogen guy, pathologist, oh my God, I can't get the word out. Pathologist, there you go. From, ancient times, over a century ago. His first name equals 66. We've got a couple of 66s I'm going to get to as well, so just hold tight for that. We've got a 212 that's going to come up. Meningitis outbreak equals 212. So I know we've got something with that coming up. Remember, I said to look out for the date with the 37, March 7th, and 5th of March. Well, that guy, the pathologist guy, his last name that I'm not even going to try and get my tongue around, that begins with V. VIEUSSEUX equals 37 and 53. So go figure. Remember they said March 5th to the 7th. So that's the Thursday, Friday, whatever. And obviously those days would have been the clubbing days at Club Chemistry. And again, 33 bodies, 33 deaths, 33 count tonight with Kent. So 33 deaths from over a century ago with that one. Tonight it's up to 33 people affected, and probably included those two that died. England equals 33. Words like police, people, order, society, masonry, secrecy equals 33. Think about your nervous system, keeping you on edge. Nervous equals 33. Corona equals 33. And never forget, there's 33 degrees in Freemasonry. Federal government, federal 33. Magic 33, the casting spells. Witches and sorcery 33. Now, the guy's birthday, he was born on a day of a life lesson of 38. 2 at 18, add 1, add 7, add 4, add 6. Again, he's born in 1746. Virus or viral equals 46. Chaos 46. So this is that guy, right? The pathologist Jaspard, born in 1746, February 18th. Again, death equals 218, and 38 and 83. He's born on a life lesson of 38, numerology 83, toward 18 at 17 and 46. Pandemic 38, murder 38. I mean, come on, man. Killing and all the rest. Found dead, collapse, destroy. Wow. Masonic 38. Holy shit. And his day numerology is 20, toward 18, 20. Time death RIP equals 20. And he died October 21st, 1814. Remember, dead and end equals 14. So 1800. So 1814 he died, right? Interesting. Again, I don't know if it was suspicious, but you know, it is 121, October 21st, blood sacrifice, if it was that. All right, let's keep it moving here. Ooh! And in the same year, with his birthday to when he died, 8 months and 3 days, or a span of 35 weeks exactly. When did the outbreak start? Although the little girl was the day before, on the 4th of March or March 3rd, you've got 35 weeks. And they say, you know, it picked up the next day, right? 3/5, March 5th. I mean, give me a break. I mean, he died 8 months and 3 days. I mean, come on. From his birthday to when he died in 1814. Wow. That year he had a life lesson of 34. Murder 34. And the 34th prime is 139, Freemasonry 139. And to the next year, from when he died into the next year, 1815, 121 days. All right, let's keep it moving. What's this one here? Right, with his birthday, February 18th, 2026, to when they deemed it a local Kent outbreak with the meningitis. You ready? Are you ready? 3 weeks and 3 days. That's including the end date. And without the end date, 3 weeks and 2 days. United Kingdom equals, abbreviated, UK equals 32. Yeah? Go figure. What are the odds? Is it always just organic? Oh, shit. Yes. Old school. My Donny. Yes, Callum. Well, go on, brother. Great to see you here, man. Give me 1 second here. Yes. Good to see you, man. Hope you will, man. Yeah, man. It's lockdown 38. Bear with me. I'll get to those slides in a minute. But yeah, I mean, wow. But yeah, they're talking about a possible lockdown. That's what Keir Starmer said. To keep the, the lemmings safe. You know, and he cares about his upcoming election. Kai says, swear they used the baby before you know. How do you mean? Swear they used that baby before you know. Break that one down for me again. Re-say that again, slightly different. How do you mean that? But what do you mean with the antics that's going on? I mean, yeah, again, you know, I'm not saying it's not a real story or that it is a real story, just looking at the numbers. No, of course, yeah. I mean, it kind of goes without saying, to be fair, but I know what you mean. I kind of know what you're saying. The baby in slide 5, yeah, Nola Rose. Right, Callum says, what you saying, man? Always poke my head in there. Yeah, man, trust me. I literally, I don't know if you heard me say, just like yourself, you know, you don't have to, you probably will still be, get notifications and, right, you, because you're up to speed, you will see a notification from me or Illusion or Zach or whoever, and you don't even have to go and do a breakdown yourself, even if you're into doing it, going to the calculator or not. You just know it in your head. You know how it works. So as soon as you see the notification, you already know. So you don't have to watch the video or do, you know what I mean? Do anything extra, you already know. So yeah. So that's what I always say. I don't expect people to actually stick around or keep subscribed or, you know what I mean? Once you know it, fantastic. Brilliant. Right. What's this one here? Think he means they use that baby in different. Oh, you reckon they used the baby before in a different storyline? If you can, try and go through your mind files, if you can, and pull it up for me, man. Because sometimes, on occasion, a couple of times, I have to say, I'm like, hold on, what's that person? I swear a couple of years ago, that person was in a different decode that I did. That's definitely happened to me before a couple of times. What's this here? Let me change this background music quickly. Right. Shout out to my GTA 5 pause menu crew. If you know, you know. Right, back to the comments. What's this one? Yeah, you swear you've seen it before. I wouldn't be surprised, family. Callum says the AI created. Oh, AI is a madness now. It's a madness. It is crazy. I saw something. Do you know what? I saw something yesterday. I don't know if you're into the games and stuff. You already know what I'm going to get to with NVIDIA. But there was something I saw before, and it was looking maybe even better. I don't know. I'm going to have to go and see, because the person was basically doing what they've actually shown and said, you're right, you know, you can implement this feature and have this filter on the games, and it makes it looking more real, more like real lifey. But it looks like AI slop, how it kind of looks. It's like, oh, I don't know. I think I'd kind of rather the original artistry, you know what I mean, from the people that are using, you know, the power of the PS5 or an Xbox or, you know, or Steam machine or the PC. So I can just give them the props of how they've made the game look. Do you know what I mean? Rather than, oh, let's bang this filter over it, because it kind of takes away from the uniqueness of what the game. I'm not saying that you can't make a game look better, or, you know, like saying like, say if like The Last of Us came out on PS4, and then now, you know, oh, we're gonna have a refresh one that we bring out now, and it looks much better on PS6 or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want to now slap on some filter, some AI slap filter, because it's going to take away from, you know what I mean, the uniqueness of all the dev team that put their blood, sweat, and tears making the fucking game. You know what I mean? I'm not saying AI ain't got some good features and attributes, but it's like, you know what? You kind of need to cool your foot. Can you lot back off? You know, it's like I'm using, I recently went back on Facebook recently, right? And then I made a video and I sent something to somebody on Telegram, but then I see something pop up when I went into Facebook, and it asked me, oh, do you want to put that video into a reel on your story? And I'm like, AI, can you just back off? What the fuck are you doing? Can you just chill out, man? Jesus. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, man. Holy moly. I speak to somebody about something, they ain't even typed it or done any videos. Or sometimes I think, I didn't even say anything. I swear I thought about that. And then the algorithm now is showing me stuff. I'm looking on the browser, something pops up on YouTube suggestions. I'm like, hold on. Did I even speak or send somebody a message? Or is this thing reading my mind? It's like, shit, man, what the fuck is going on? Hey, quickly, before I continue, did you see that thing typing on YouTube? Do you know what? I'll even put it on the community wall post. I'll put it in the community wall post. Remind me after if I forget. But if you type it in, Wi-Fi can see you. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? Like your router Wi-Fi, the signal that it sends out, and obviously, think about, you've got all the towers, you know, that send out these signals or these type of signals, right? And basically, they've utilized the technology because they're going to use it for some other stuff as well. Don't get it wrong, it's got pros and cons. That's my point. Yeah. And obviously the cons, because you've got all the nefarious scumbags that do, you know what I mean? It's just like, my point is, again, am I going to trust being jacked into the network with the neural network via Elon Musk, but I can find Elon Musk quote, you can see the video, and he says, "Oh, we're summoning demons." Yeah, so if you know, and I've said this before, if you know that a brilliant cartoon, they made the movie was so-so. It had that girl from Avengers, that sexy woman. I can't remember her name right now, but she's kind of woo. But anyway, Black Widow, that woman. What's it called? Ghost in the Shell. But I say it in the other way. So imagine when you get jacked in now, you're gonna have ghosts or dark entities coming into your shell, into your vessel. That's a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. But anyway, I'm sidebarring. Right, let's get over here now. Catch up with these comments. When I get a drink, parched again. Fucking hell. All right, I know I'm fluent in Japanese, but at least I'm not chatting shit. Anywho, right, what's this one here? Exactly, Callum says exactly. Man, I know Wagwan already. I'll always come back, gang. Being around for 6 years. Trust me. Big ups, man. Much love, wholeness. Right, Kai says, I would say she had a flower name as well. Yeah, Madeleine McCann's got a flower name. If you do the research and look up the movie, I think if you haven't seen that movie, it's like a continuation to the movie The Shining. Ewan McGregor, you know, the guy from Trainspotting, and he's in Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars. Dr. Sleep. You got the woman with the hat, Rose, and the little girl. Is her name Rose? I can't remember. Is her name Rose? I might be miss. Oh my God, I might be saying that wrong. Can't remember her name. Might be Rose, and she got the hat. She's another one that's kind of sexy. Her real name's Rebecca something. She's in fucking Mission Impossible. But anywho, the little girl's name is to do with a flower. So when you do your research, and then you realize the E fits for the people. When Madeleine McCann first went missing, the E fits for the people. Look up the people that hanged around Hillary Clinton, and their name is the Podesta brothers. It looks just like them. The original E fits that came out. And if you know your homework, you already know why Hillary Clinton, yeah? So go figure. Right, next. I can't tell. I've been checking your channel for meningitis breakdown. How do you mean? Oh no, you said you can't lie. Yeah. Because sometimes I will see something and I'm in my zone, music, or sometimes I don't like to be always balls deep in what's going on. You know what I mean? Like I need a break. You know what I mean? I like to be kind of in my own kind of bubble for protection. But yeah, man, sometimes, you know, always come back because you never know. I may do the breakdown if it's needed to be done. Because sometimes I will see something and I'll be, you know what? I don't want to be too hasty. Let me wait. Let a few days roll by. Or sometimes I'll see something. I'll be like, nah, there might be something to that. Just like if you saw and there's, if you go to my live stream tab, I put out some good breakdowns. I did Aria Thorpe, the stabbing with the little girl on her birthday, Aria Thorpe, and how it connects to the Netflix film called K-pop Demon Hunters. And when you go to it, I've put the links, and you hit the links, and you don't have to scroll back miles on the community wall post. As soon as you hit the link for the community wall post, it will take you straight there. And you can see all the numbers, stuff in the breakdown. So Aria Thorpe, K-pop Demon Hunters, and the other one I did recently, EastEnders Death. Can't remember his name. The actor, he died around 90 years old, and then his son died about a week later. And when it first broke, I saw it, and I was like, right, okay. And then when his son died, I said, you know what, let me look into it. And when I looked into it, I said, oh my God. You know one of them ones, Carls? I said, oh my God, another classic. And that's why I love this, because it never, I'm like a kid. I want to say like a kid, but it always keeps me giddy, and it never ceases to amaze me. It's like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. What? If you haven't seen that breakdown, go and watch those 2 breakdowns, yeah? And as I say, you can follow along, as I call it, semi-interactive, even though I'm only being audio with the video. When you go to it, you don't have to worry about when you tap into the picture so you can see it fully on the community wall post, it's not going to stop the video. So you can tap into it, you can still hear me, you know, chin wagging and all of that. But yeah, man, that's what happens. And that's the beauty of knowing this knowledge. And as I always say, just like yourself, if I don't decode for 20 months, I can jump in like I haven't missed a minute. And I'm going to see the same shit, whether it's organic or nefarious activities from these scumbags controllers. And that's the beauty of this knowledge. You can't beat it. It's the best. It's Sudoku, it's word search, it's Sherlock Holmes. You know what I mean? Like it's the best. That's why I wish I knew how to make like an app or something and feed it, or even maybe train AI. Yeah, make AI so it can remember. Because I know if you pay for certain AIs, it will make it remember. Because I always ask it, the ones, you know, Gemini, I got another one. And I'm like, oh, you're not going to remember. And then I go another day and I'm like, do you remember when I said, they remember odd things, but not chunks of stuff. Oh, another one. Go on Innerstand channel or go to iOS if you're on Apple, or go to Android and download Sybil. 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 And if you want to know more about it, go to the channel called Innerstand. One word. INNER stand. Innerstand. And you will see the guy that made it, because he's trained a benevolent AI. So from all the info, if you know about Seven Bomar, you know he's another level. He's a don. Yeah? Download Sybil. And also check out, he's got another amazing thing. And I think he made it partially free, because he's got websites and he's got this and that. It's called Adept Lexicon. Go and check that out. And I ain't even fully looked on the videos that he's been showing about it fully. I've only got it up and then you only get sidetracked. I'm like, you know what? I'm not ready, but I know it's there. But, you know, I'm going to make sure I'm going to get into it this weekend. You need to check it out. Very important now. Innerstand, Sybil. Download Sybil. I don't want to hear about you got Grok from scumbag Elon Musk. Grok. And it's got the symbol of Saturn on it. You know, it's the symbol of Saturn, Grok. You know they love Saturn. And X, if you put a mirror next to X, because you know they changed Twitter to X, it's the compass and square, Freemasonry. Just like you got the two ball and cane with Facebook. You know, it's all Freemasonry. You know, Gmail is the little pouch thing. You know the pouch thing the Freemasons have on the side of their leg? The little pouch. Yeah, Gmail is the pouch. It's all Masonic, branding everywhere. Just like Event 201, one of the dry simulation run pandemics before C19 in 2020. You had Clade X, you had Exercise Cygnus in the UK in 2016, dry run pandemic simulation. And then you had in 2019 in Johns Hopkins University in Seattle, where Bill Gates live, in Johns Hopkins University, not far from the Space Needle, just like you got Eiffel Tower or CN Tower in Toronto, Canada, or you got Blackpool Tower. You know, you have all these, you know, towers around the gaff, or the one like in, is it the Burj Khalifa, Dubai or some shit? But anyway, my point is symbolism. Space Needle in Seattle. Needles, arms, syringes. And it was called Event 201, which is a big special number. Again, quick sidebar for those that didn't know, Catherine the Great preserved 201 Jesuit priests because in time, back in so many centuries ago, they used to kind of get caught out and people was like, is somebody infiltrating and doing conspiring, you know, in our towns and, you know, whatever government or whatever's going on in the church or whatever. So they used to get kicked out and they had to keep it moving. Right? And what's interesting is with the 201, so they said she saved 201 priests. The first general called Ignatius of Leota, look him up, Google him, Wikipedia, copy and paste his name in a calculator, his name equals 201. Then you'll see all these 201s when they're death and their birthday and all this type of stuff. If you write out sacred number 201, you write out State of Israel 201, heliocentrism 201, the Holy Bible 201, Hamas terrorism 201, Police racism 201. Iranian terrorism 201. Islamic terrorism 201. Again, the Jesuit Order 201. If you write out Canterbury, Kent, going back to the meningitis, Canterbury, Kent equals 201 and 177. Just like the Jesuit Order. If I'm not mistaken, it was a perfect overlay when I saw it earlier today. And I said, you know, the pupil dilation. I said, there we go. Right. Let me quickly change this background music here. Give me a sec. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get through the comments as well. All right, let's have that one. We have a little beat on while we get through these comments quickly. Then I need to kind of get streamlined, or I'll just do a part 2 tomorrow, you know what I mean? Because you already know where it's going to go, so. All right, what's this one? If you go to Messenger, Meta AI career. Yeah, I see it. Even when people put up memes or whatever posts on Facebook, you see the little Meta AI, you know, it's got suggestions of what you can ask, or obviously if you go in there and ask it, you know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell. I said I'm inner. Their nose is just in. In man's business. Can I just scroll? Right. What's that one? Yeah, so it says, yeah, Callum says, if you go on Messenger, Meta AI creates its own conversations with you. If you go onto it, it shows all these messages you've never sent, and then it replies to it. Callum goes on to say, don't either, bro. I purchased some mad fast Wi-Fi. Scarlett Johansson, yes, that's the lady. Kai says 100, bro. Kai goes on to say, that's crazy about the business in, 1805. It's all connected. And as I say, even if it's all organic and it's not nefarious, how is it something that you just discard and say, oh, you're an idiot. What's these numbers? This is stupid. Like, how do you just like gloss over it with all the evidence that we've collected as a community, past, present, and future events, possibly the forecasting? I mean, what? Only a buffoon would discard this information. All right, Callum goes on to say, yeah, done bare Ignatius of Leo decodes. Trust me. Right, what's this one from Kai? Yeah, the Pope, the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, his actual name, because he died, right? And you got the new guy that's come in now, another Jesuit scumbag. But yeah, his real name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, equals 201. And he lived in Suite 201. And the name of it, something like Salte Dunk Tomate, equals 201. Yeah? And also Jesuit equals 201. Drop the 0. 0 is just a placeholder. Going with the 201. Saturn equals 21 as well, if I'm not mistaken. So again, I think there's something to this. What is it? The Book of Formations, the book that, you know, these Kabbalists or the dark Kabbalists go by. Again, there's nothing wrong with understanding, know thyself. Don't be scared of magic just because I might be looking into stuff and understanding my, you know, how would I say? Basically, me and reality and what comes into my slipstream and life lane. Does that now make me demonic, satanic? Because I'm understanding, again, look at the magic of the two closest celestial bodies that float past you every day, the sun and the moon. Isn't that shit not magical? Wow. You came through your mom's portal. Isn't that magical? Now your mom's womb is demonic because it's magical? I mean, give me a break. I mean, come on, man. Don't be stupid. Yeah? Right. Let's keep this moving. What's this one here? Good to hear you cutting through the sort. Yeah, man. Don't let them, you know, because that's what they want. They don't want you to know thyself. All that stuff I already said. I don't want to be a broken record. Right, so let me change this music. Let's do that one. Right, so, and England has got 33 boroughs as well. So again, all those 33s that we spoke about already. Right, let's keep it moving. Yeah, pandemic is 43. The little girl on March 4th. You see? Yeah. Interesting. Pandemic 151. Was it meningitis? Remember we had all of that? Meningitis 65, pandemic 65. We've gone over that as well. And let me quickly go back. Was the guy born on a day of a life? No, this year, his birthday, the guy that found, you know, the meningitis guy from 1805, his life lesson this year is 30. 2 at 18, a 2 at 0, a 2 at 6 equals 30. And outbreak equals 30. And 93, Saturn. Hello. The only wandering star in Gematria that equates to 93 is Saturn. And then they give you the garbage that the sun's 93 million miles away. Obviously, the sun's just there. And then that's why when you come into realization and what they say, because somebody on Facebook said, because I said this to somebody on Facebook the other day, oh, he turned around and said, oh, you're one of those Bible free flat earthers. And I'm like, just because I mentioned Jesus apparently dies on the 93rd day of the year, which is 4th of April, no, April 3rd, the 93rd day of the year, and Christ or Jesus Christ equals 43. He dies between the hours of 9 and 3. God's Son equals 93. Crucifix equals 93. Then tying in with Aleister Crowley, because a lot of his teachings, because, you know, he's one of those dark satanic scumbags. You know, you can see him on the album cover with the Beatles and all this type of stuff. But anyway, my point is, you know, the practice of Thelema and the worship of 93. Duh! Then he will say, the guy on Facebook, what's all this drivel? What's all this number nonsense? Oh, you're a biblical flat earther. Blah, blah. And it's like, are these people for real? Oh my God. Idiot. Basic beast brain buffoon. Wow. It's amazing. And that's what I'm saying to you. The way these dumbasses police the masses, it's like, and then you got to be mindful because there's a lot of bot stuff going on. So even sometimes you might be even interacting with AI. So you kind of need to be, and that's why I don't even, put it this way, there's probably about 5 of those flat earth groups. You know what I did the other day? Put them all on 30-day snooze. And when they come back, I'll just, leave the group. Like I did before when I was on Facebook a couple of years ago. Like, I don't like, you know, I'm always mindful of, do I need to get all tangled up in buffoonery? But what I do is, if I do drop some little gems and low-hanging fruits, and then I get notification, oh, somebody replied, I don't even go and look at the reply. Then I turn off notifications for the reply and delete it. I don't care. I just drop and go. You know what I mean? Because what I find is there's always a lot of globulins that come, but there's never enough true earthers that are also on the chat thread saying and kind of fighting back. And it's like, okay, am I here just by myself? Like, what's going on here? So always be mindful, you know, you don't always have to, you know, be in every fight. Just leave a couple gems and or do nothing. Just observe and fuck off. You know? Always be mindful of that. Right, let's keep it moving. Kent 22. And it was UK 22? Hold up. Because, yeah, UK 22, Kent equals 22. Also, Kent 14, dead and end equals 14. Remember that guy died in 1814, the year 1814. But anyway, 2 weeks and 2 days from his birthday, February 18th. And remember, death equals 18. Again, I'm talking about the original guy from over a century ago that discovered the bacteria meningitis, yeah? 2 weeks and 2 days to the March 5th day. All right? And remember, his last name equals 53 or, well, the date can be said, you know, either or, 5/3 or 3/5. And his last name, which, you know, I'm not going to try and get my tongue around it, he's from Switzerland. Look him up and knock yourself out. Right, give me a moment here. Go through these slides. Oh my God, there's more comments. Right, what's this bit here? Right. Callum says, yeah, they can do all of the science stuff, but the facts, science exists is in itself a. That's why when it goes back to Egypt and Maya and maths, you kind of know where I'm going. And the original name, or one of the names for Egypt, you had Alakabuland, and you've got Kemet, chemistry. Chem, black, actually means black, the study of blackness. Because of course, the primordial oceans and learning, occult, what's hidden in the darkness. And then you get illuminated through the light of knowledge and understanding and introspection of self, yada, yada, yada. Yeah? So yeah, fantastic that you put that in. Exactly. And that's why, going back to cartoons like Avatar, Airbender, the cartoon. Oh my God. Do you know what? I never got through the original cartoon, and I know Netflix. You know what? I'm going to watch the Seven Bowmar stuff with Sybil and the Lexicon stuff. I'm going to watch also this week all of the Netflix stuff with, because they made the first season of Avatar Airbender from the cartoon, but then they've done the live version. And then, because I remember the movie that came out, and it was a bit from back in the day. Was it M. Shyamalan? That guy, M. Shyamalan? That guy, you know that guy, right? We make some decent movies here and there. I know we done the one Unbreakable. That was good. Oh, that was good. Follow-ups, because you had the follow-ups as well, right? With the guy from Filth. I love that UK film Filth with the police. And I need to watch that one again, because I know it's got a lot of Freemasonry stuff. You know the guy I'm talking about. He's in the movie Wanted with Angelina Jolie, that guy. Anywho, Avatar the Airbender. And that's my point. And that's why they don't want you to realize Hadouken Street Fighter, that's chi energy. Now I know you got a lot of these, the fake people that do the bullshit martial arts. Have you seen it? And when they touch them, the whole row of people just fall over. Oh, there's a name that they call it. Like bullshit jitsu or something like that. Bull jitsu. Oh, I love those people that put that under the microscope. It's so funny. But don't get it twisted. There's people that will pick up a nail and use chi energy, the pranayama that you're breathing right now. They will pick up like a needle and make it go through steel when they flick it. You pick it up and try and do it without knowing how to channel your chi. Yeah? So when you get on your Hadouken in Street Fighter, like, that ain't no foolishness. That's what I'm telling you. Listen, when I was more hardcore a few years ago, when I was meditating every day without fail, twice a day, right? When I can feel all of my energy field going around me, all my Taurus, I can feel it swirling around. Can feel the energy going from my root chakra, because you bring it up from your root, you go through all the colors. And as you're thinking of the colors, you're thinking about them spinning around, right? And it goes up to my crown. Bro, by the time it gets to my crown chakra, I feel like I'm floating. I'm not chatting shit. You feel like you're floating. You can feel the buoyancy. Yeah, you feel like you're slightly bobbing up and down, bro. I'm not chatting bullshit. And last sidebar, 20 seconds. If you ever notice the black and white lines that go across your eyes, I spoke about this many times. Go in a dark room, or when you're going to sleep tonight, just wait for your eyes to adjust and you can see those lines going by. You know you've seen the lines. If you actually pay attention to the lines, you'll notice that you won't just see like one set going across. Think about it. If you interlock your fingers right now and you wave them, so say like your top finger waves one way, so you're from the left side, so spread your fingers, right? And then do your right hand, spread it, and then make your top finger come backwards, so like that. And then you roll your hands around, but kind of put them together. That's your Taurus field of energy. If you haven't done it, look up ferrocell. When people put the ferrocell oil or liquid between a perspex glass, they put a magnet there, and then they shine the light. And you can see the Taurus field and the hourglass in the Taurus field. Hence why the sun and the moon, for those that don't know, the sun and the moon does the analemma. And if you get a time lapse of the sun and the moon, it makes the 88 in the sky. What is that showing you? in their torus field as it goes on its circuit, because it's all circuits, you know, all the wandering stars. If you get a time lapse it's all doing flower of life, seed of life, all of that over time. When you're in the womb of creation, before you came out of your mum's Nuna, it was 1 bubble, 2 bubble, 4 bubbles, 8, 16. Flower of life. Cymatics, when you put the stuff on the like on a tile, you know, if you put sand or whatever, and then you play a frequency, or music, or if somebody's doing like opera singing. Watch what happens to all of the scattered sand. It goes into fucking sacred geometry. And then that's when you get maths as an instrument, and then you start to realize golden ratio and all this stuff. And you know how you are, golden ratio, why your hand is the way it is, the separation, the ratio with the bones, a flower stem, and how all the flowers know how to separate themselves so they can get the best photosynthesis from the sun. It's all Fibonacci. So that's where you get all these sequences via using and understanding the language of maths as an instrument. So that's why it's a universal language, music, maths, and then oh my God. And then when you look up music and the sacred geometry, I mean, that's just a whole other talk in itself. Amazing, amazing. You know, when you look up, what is it called? Music theory and all of that. Oh my God, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So my point is, don't let these fools belittle you on your path. Stay strong, all right? And keep it pushing. Right. I'm probably going to do a part 2 of this tomorrow. It's getting on a bit now, hour and a half. Right, so what's this bit here? Right, we spoke about that. Do you know what? I'm even going to get rid of my gallery. I'll just read these last comments and then I'll call it a night. I'll come back. We'll do a part 2 tomorrow. And then basically the last bit we're going to go over, you will see how it connects with the elections, Keir Starmer's birthday, you know, all of that stuff. The health secretary, whatever his name was, I looked him up. Yeah, you'll see how it all connects. Same old same. Right, so, yeah, I said that one already. Hold up here. Yep, April 3rd, exactly. Let me get that on the screen. Let me change the background music here. Let's put that one in a minute. Oh, actually, let's use this one. I ain't heard this one in a minute, or today at least. Right, as we get through these, once again, shout out to everybody here. Right, get through these last comments. So, bro, you know the funniest thing that is, there's a footballer called Gabriel Jesus, born April 3rd, and he wore the number 33 for the longest time. Huh. Oh, did I do? I know I mentioned it in a. Basically, there was a girl. And I heard this as well on Facebook. I messaged these people. Did I do her own breakdown? Oh man, if I didn't, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I might have done it already. I'm not sure. The girl's name, or I put up a post on the community wall post, and I know I mentioned it in a recent stream. What was her name again? Basically, she died of brain cancer. Watch when you see the numbers for the girl. Because I knew of her before I went back on Facebook. And then when I went back on Facebook, since, you know, in the last month or whatever, when I got a new phone, basically, I saw her people, her family, you know, they had like a cancer trust and all that stuff in their name and whatever else. And then I found probably, 20 significant things. I'm not just talking 2. There's like 20 significant things. Amazing finds. Her birthday, her name, when she died, the numerology, the life lesson. Oh my God, wow. Brain tumor, cancer, all the 26s. And the dub plate was, I put it on their Facebook. Went back the next day, they deleted it. I just left a message. Wow. Wow. You really deleted it. I just put Zombieland Variant fatigue and fucked off. Yeah, obviously they probably deleted that now. But nah, if I ain't put it out, I'm gonna put it out tomorrow because that has to be out. But as I say, if you scroll back, you'll find a post for it. You need to see that. That is a dub play. Wow. She had a YouTube channel as well, going through what she was going through. I'm trying to remember her name, man. What was her name? Man. Oh, I can't remember her name. But yeah, what's this one here? Yeah, you don't want to do it for the external validation either. I hear you, man. Just drop the gems and dip. Bubble shuffle and go on. You see it, right? Airbender. Oh, you watched all of those? Yeah, I'm gonna watch them all the cartoon, even the other one with Carrey. I'm watching it all because I'm air. I'm May 22nd. I'm air. I'm Gemini. I'm an air sign. Definitely have to watch that. Yeah, that's it, bro. I meditate every now and then just for the stillness, but that's right. Yeah, because there's different styles of meditation, of course. You know what I mean? You could even be doing something, chores, listening to music, going for a run. There's all different types of meditation, you could say. But obviously, you've got, when you're still, you've got, different types when you're actually just sitting still, eyes closed, certain frequencies on, get the frequencies on in the headphones. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. And as I say, with certain intentions and stuff, when you're throwing it out there, you say it. And it's not always because, you want to get something, but, it could be just, you want to stand firm in who you are, you're about this or whatever. Or you could be something that, wow, do you know what? Man, I want to get that car, or I want to get those, I want to get that, whatever it is in your life. My point is, say it in your mind. You do it 3 ways. Say it in your mind, say it out loud, whilst also getting that, that tuning in feeling of giving that gratitude back to the cosmos, because you're rubbing the genie of the cosmos back to yourself in a synergy type of thing, yeah? So you say it in your mind, you say it aloud, and even though you can't say it, basically say it as you're taking in your breath. So you say it as I know it's a weird one, but trust me, say it as you're taking your breath in, say it over and over, so many times, whether it's 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, say it aloud and say it in your mind. But yeah, man. All right, next. All right, Kai says, yep, with the arms, trust me, keep strong. Right, Kai says love. And then lastly, yeah, man, in this world full of constant stimulation, yeah, it gets you restless. Yeah, the meditations are necessary. Exactly. Trust me. Right, a last tune from me quickly that I made. Wholeness, brother, for like hashtag, don't be a basic beast brainer. And of course, give gracious gratitude, but take those shit. If you didn't know, Kai, I do make music, so you will find some of the tunes that I play. I usually give a heads up, but yeah. Dave Chappelle, you probably heard him say this. Let's get it cracking. All right, wholeness. Catch you on the rebound, maybe.
The worst thing to call somebody is crazy. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
play a quick 2 more for you, yeah? Just a quick 2 more as you're feeling it. Hold up. Where's this one here? Is it this one? I've got a good one with Whitney Houston as well. I'll quickly play that after. Hold up, I'll play the wrong version. Hold up. Yeah, this one, hold up. I'll play this with the beat in a minute, yeah? But this is the one Whitney Houston. But I haven't loaded up the one with the beat and the vocals, so we'll hear it for 1 second with the vocals, with no beat, and then I'll play the instrumental, yeah? Once again, big up Whitney Houston, R.I.P.
Gorgeous, love everything about you. Gorgeous. Most people don't understand it, baby. I'm gorgeous. And I can't build a life without you. Gorgeous.